Okay, well, happy Monday morning to you all. Getting out for a little bit of a late start on my work commute today. It's very nice out here now. We woke up to about 33 degrees, 34 degrees here in Katy this morning. Everything was frosted over. Cars were all frosted up on the windshields and everything. But now it is very nice, 54 degrees, and we're headed up to a high today of mid 60s, I think. Maybe high 60s if we get lucky. So anyway, it's about 10:15 in the morning, and I'm headed out for another work commute on the Rebel. It's going to take the Riker, but it's back on the back patio with the gazebo, and I don't want to dig it out of there right now. This is easier, and I'm running late as usual. So I think I'm caught up with all of my older ride series, except for one. I'll talk about that one in a minute. Maybe two, but yeah, I'll talk about this. I mainly wanted to get more current, up-to-date on the recent ride series that I had done and get caught up on the vlogs. So as of this weekend, I posted my most recent vlogs, except for this one, of course, and kind of gets us up to current events, hopefully. My queue has just been so deep for so long that I haven't really had a chance to get caught up and stay caught up. It's very hard to do. Work and occasional sleep whenever I can work that into the agenda. So I got out my ride series up to Annapolis and a couple of others that I had done late last year. Now, the ones that are still sitting in the queue that are long-winded ones, take a while to get through them, is of course my Cannonball run series, and then I had a Twisted Sisters ride, a second Twisted Sisters ride that we had done early last year. I think it was around April. Not really sure about the date, but anyway, I did 3 Twisted Sisters rides last year and only posted part of one of them, and I'd like to crank those out because we're getting ready to do it again in April timeframe, May. I need to look at the dates again. So whet everybody's appetite for that, and maybe that will kind of be a prelude to doing the larger 3-wheel meetup in Fredericksburg that I had discussed briefly on my PCX 150 trip when we went up to meet with Herschel up there, Old Sarge on YouTube. He's the one that's so graciously offered to let us use his land, his ranch that he's got out there in Fredericksburg, to try to put on a big 3-wheel event. So anyway, I want to try to get those last couple of Twisted Sisters rides out, because that's going to be coming up again, and it'd be nice to have 2 or 3 of them all back to back to back. I banged my mirrors around in the garage and they're out of whack. Anyway, and then I really do want to get into my Cannonball run series, because that one's been sitting there chewing on the back of my brain now for 6 months. I need to get that going. I haven't posted any of the actual Cannonball ride itself. I've posted 3 or 4 of the lead-up rides, you know, bike prep and getting on the road up there to Maryland, and I think the last one that I've got in the crock pot right now is the last day getting up to Maryland, or the last 2 days, I guess. So I'm going to try to get that out this week, and also get at least the first episode of the Twisted Sisters ride out this week. And then my goal, if all works well, is to crank out at least 1 episode a week of the Cannonball series until I'm done with it, because there's going to be probably 8 or 10 episodes in that ride series, so it'll take me a while. It's just a ton of footage, almost 2 terabytes worth of video and audio and multiple camera angles and all that, so it takes quite a bit of editing to assemble that and get it all synchronized. So, and you know, obviously chopping it down and compressing it to where people aren't just staring at boring road for 3 or 4 hours, because the ride days during the Cannonball were long. we're spending at least 12 hours a day on the bikes on average. I think our shortest day was around 9.5 or 10 hours, and the longest day was 15. It was a marathon. Those days probably would have been a little bit shorter had we not been carrying the trailers behind us, because we could carry higher speeds, average closer to 60 or so on the highway instead of 50, 52 where we were. And then obviously if the Cub had a larger fuel tank or had an auxiliary tank plugged in to where we didn't have to stop every 85 to 95 miles to refuel. I started recording and making notes, taking pictures and trying to record every single fuel stop that we did, but that idea went out the window as soon as we got not even 2 states away from Texas. I was like, yeah, okay, that's going to be really tedious. And my batteries on my camera, were running low a lot of times, so I didn't even have battery when we would stop to fill again and again and again. Every hour and a half to 2 hours, man, we're off of them, filling them up, get right back on. Lather, rinse, repeat. Great trip, though. A lot of fun. It was definitely an epic ride, and we are looking forward to the next one. Yeah, speaking of coming up, or near-term rides that are coming up in the next few weeks, few months, Adrian and Neil and I are talking about meeting up again at Cannonball Speedway right out here near Austin, Page, Texas, I think it is. There's another World of Outlaws race that Neil is going to ride out to. I don't know if he's going to be on his S-Max 155 with a trailer or his Zuma with a trailer, but you can bet that he's going to be pulling a trailer. So Adrian and I will probably ride out there on the PCX 150s, and Adrian has threatened several times to buy that gray 2016 PCX off of me, so he'll probably do that for this trip. And then from there, time permitting, I think we're probably going to go north. I'm watching this guy because I know he's just going to jump over in front of me. We're probably going to go north to, what was it, Indiana? Way the heck north. Adrian is interested in Janus motorcycles, and they've got some kind of a factory ride event or something like that where people can come look at the Janus bikes and get hands-on and all that. So I don't know, we might roll up there if the timing coincides properly, and we've got time to be gone for another probably a week. That'll be at least a 4-day ride to get up there, do that, and come back. So I don't know, we might be on the road for a week and a half, 2 weeks. That'd be fun. Scooting around the USA. So on the upcoming videos, and now that I'm finally pretty much caught up with my editing queue, except for the big long ride series stuff, I'm going to start producing the QMMO series, which is QuasiMotard members only. So I'm going to start having some behind the scenes and extra content, shall we say, that's not on the main channel. That way I can be myself a little bit more, not worry about the digital censors, and be a little more candid with opinions and colorful language and whatever else might happen. So for the members on YouTube and Patreon, and potentially a couple of other platforms that I've got accounts or memberships on, like Nextdoor, not Nextdoor, what the hell is it, Locals, and a couple of others. I might be producing the behind-the-scenes content there, but definitely on YouTube, and I'll figure out the way to do it on Patreon properly. So all of you wonderful, loyal members of the community that have chosen to subscribe, and be a member of the channel, to donate more directly instead of relying on YouTube's advertising, do sincerely appreciate it. So thank you all very much. And then, of course, for anybody out there that's watching that enjoys the content and you don't want to be a member or have some kind of a monthly subscription thing that you're, paying every month, I've always got the donate links in my bio or the About page on YouTube for Buy Me a Coffee and Venmo and stuff like that. So if you enjoy something and you want to buy me a coffee, hey, there you go. You donate $1 at a time. Every little dollar helps, you know. I've never used any of those funds that people have donated yet. They're all sitting in an account, and kind of my plan is to take those funds, that revenue, and put it into stuff that I buy for the channel and give it away. You know, it's money that comes in pretty much free, so not including the effort to make and edit and post the videos. That's more of a passion and a hobby than a revenue thing. So, but yeah, any of that donation money, I'll try to put into accessories for the bikes. You know, new products or riding gear, something like that. I'll review it on the channel and give it away, donate. It'll be fun. Something to entertain people, get more people into watching the channel, and maybe help distribute it to a wider audience. That'd be great. These channels are always a little bit niche, so they're never really going to get the million subscribers kind of stuff. I don't do any fancy flashy graphics or paid endorsements or any of that stuff, so viewership is only real enthusiasts, you know, people that enjoy watching content, seeing motorcycle rides, and me doing lots of dumb shit on motorcycles. I get it, and I appreciate it, anybody that watches. As far as upcoming rides that I want to do this year, there's going to be Scoot the Ozarks that happens, I think it's later in the year, like August time frame, something like that. August, September, I can't remember. So I'll probably do Scoot the Ozarks up in Arkansas. And there are a couple of small bore events. I think it's the Barber SmallBore or something like that, that a couple of viewers have told me about. So I'd like to see if I can get up and attend one of those. That'd be a hoot. Ride the Super Cub up there or something like that. Or, you know, if timing works out, which I doubt, if I could get my Honda CB125S put back together. You know, 1978 CB125. If I could put that back together, hell, I'd ride that across the country. That'd be fun. What else? I want to get the CT125 out for some adventure moto-camping, which is the reason I purchased it. So I'll find some medium range destinations, something maybe 400 or 500 miles away, something like that. Northern Texas. I might take it all the way to Arkansas. We'll see. It's just going to be a little challenging doing that with current power and gearing levels on it. If I put a 15-tooth front sprocket on it, then it should be able to pull 55 somewhat comfortably, but I don't think the engine is going to have enough power up on top to pull that ratio without some kind of an upgrade, like a big bore kit or high compression piston, something. The Trail, the CT125, has less top-end power than the Super Cub does, so assuming that it can do the same thing the Super Cub can do is not really a reasonable expectation, I would think. The CT is tuned more for mid-range than top-end. So. Anywho, if I can keep it on the back roads and limit my speeds to 50, then it should do just fine. So I'll pull the SurePax trailer out of the garage and hook it up to the back of the CT125. I need to finish my wiring on the back of the bike so I can hook up the tail light and turn signals on the trailer. And load that thing up with a little bit of camping gear, try to keep the weight under about 35 pounds, and on the road, take it out. Disappear in the woods for 4 or 5 days. Do some proper living in the bush, you know, cooking, all that out there. If I can find water anywhere near me, then I'll take my water kit for purifying water. That way I don't have to bring big water jugs in on the bike. And then, of course, I can't forget the NAVI. I've had kind of a mental block on it in my head because the carburation issues have been annoying me. But I'll be taking the NAVI out for some medium distance camping trips and road trips. rolling around on the back roads, back highways and all that. I'll be doing the oil change on it today. I got all the stuff that I needed on Friday, but Saturday the weather was crap, so I didn't even want to go out. It was cold, raining. So I'll do the oil change on that, start riding it again a little bit more, and we'll get that thing out on the road. I'll rejoin you this afternoon.